I'm supposed to be going out driving right now, but there's too much going on in the NBA for me to walk away from my phone. I can't even lie. It's just too much going on. I had to make another video. So KD and KD and Kyrie Irving, along with DeAndre Jordan, have committed to the Brooklyn Nets. I'm very excited for their franchise. I like what Brooklyn has done. They pulled themselves out of the trenches. Congratulations to everybody in their front office. Just an amazing job of taking a horrible situation and being patient and turning it around. And they've earned every bit of what they are getting right here, and I hope they go on to do great things in the Eastern Conference. Now we're waiting on Kawhi, and I think what is being told right now is that Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant were in a meeting with Kawhi Leonard earlier today. I don't know if those reports are true, but that is what my sources are telling me, also known as whoever I'm following on Facebook. But it's a lot of stuff that's credible. I've been following these people for years. Everybody's connected to everybody, and I'm very lucky to kind of have the people in my corner that I do on social media. So yeah, but anyway, it's a good thing that we now know where KD and everybody's going, because we know we have to deal with a super team in the Eastern Conference come 2021. So that means Kawhi Leonard now has to understand that going back to the Raptors means that he's going to have to figure out, and Masai Ujiri is going to have to figure out how to build a team that'll compete with the Nets. Shannon Sharp brought up a good point a couple days ago about the Raptors free agency situation. Everybody's going to be a free agent at the end of this season. So they have a one-year window. Kawhi Leonard, obviously, if he goes back there, would be thinking about locking up for some years. So if he's locking up for some years, then that means he's on board with the rebuild that's inevitably coming. Or he's staying with the team that they have, and he's going to lobby to keep the guys that he has in hopes that he can beat the Nets and obviously Milwaukee, who have just locked up Brook Lopez, and I think Chris Middleton's on board. I don't know about Malcolm Brogdon, but I think it's pretty safe to say that Middleton and Brook Lopez will be back. So their team is going to stay intact. Philadelphia, we're not quite sure what's happening with them, but Jimmy Butler has agreed to go to Miami. Now, there still has to be a trade that will allow that to happen, because Miami does not have cap space, but I think Philadelphia will likely try to move him where he wants to go, to move on from him and secure what's going on for them going forward. And plus, Miami does have a few pieces that they might want to take a look at. I don't know what type of trade packages they would have to put together, but I'm pretty certain it would be a lot of salary coming back, obviously, to make those numbers match. So you're looking at some guys that I think could really help Philadelphia in Miami, from Miami. Richardson is the guy that comes to mind first. Josh Richardson, I'd imagine he'd have to be thrown in that deal, because he makes I think he had signed a $100 million contract or something like that a couple years back. So I'm pretty certain they would need his contract to make it work. Hassan Whiteside, I know they're looking to move that contract, so that might be one of the ones that they move along. I don't know how the world that would work with Joel Embiid. So I'm just going off the top of the dome. I believe Goran Dragic is unrestricted a restricted free agent this year. I believe that is the case, but I'm not 100% sure. But if he is not, the last contract he signed was pretty hefty, so I'm pretty sure he would be in the deal. And so we'll have to just wait and see what happens with that. But from what I understand, Jimmy Butler has committed to the Miami Heat, and of course Miami has no money. What else is going on out there? I hear Harrison Barnes signed an astronomical contract with the Kings. It was like $84 million. I think that's a bad contract. I don't think that's a good idea at all. He's a decent player, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see him as that kind of guy to be given that much of the cap to. I don't see that. Dame Dollar got the super duper max, the maxiest max I've ever seen. $256, I believe it was, for 6 years. Talk about job security. I love this for Dame Dollar. I love it for Portland, because he is their guy. He's one of the best closers in this generation, and one of the hardest workers, one of the most devoted players in this league. So I think that is a good situation for him. I think it's a great thing for Portland. I think that will keep them in the playoffs for years to come. And all they really need is a small forward, and they're going to be in the mix. And I think they got one with Nazir Little. So I love what Portland's doing. If he goes down with an injury, that's the worst contract in the league. But who cares? You know, when you think about certain players who deserve to be paid, you think about the love affair between certain players and their teams. Dame Dollar needs to be a Portland Trailblazer for life, and they need to ride or die with him. And I just wish Brandon Roy was still around to play and be a part of this because he was such a phenomenal player for them as well. Shout out to C.J. McCollum, who's done fantastic as well. So, yeah, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing in free agency. Someone on Facebook did say that Kawhi Leonard committed to the Lakers, but I have not seen anything else that would lend itself to that. So as far as I'm concerned, what is confirmed is that the meeting took place and that he is intending on making his announcement tonight. If not tonight, then it will be announced in the morning for everybody to kind of mull over. So hopefully he chooses the Lakers. I don't see why we go back to the Raptors at this point, not wanting to deal with all that the Eastern Conference has going forward, coupled with the fact that I just don't believe in Kyle Lowry like that. I don't know what's going to happen with Danny Green, so their team could be different next year. I just don't see any reason to go back there if I'm Kawhi Leonard. I mean, you've brought them a championship. It's time to move on. And the Lakers got a super team in your hometown. There's no reason to go anywhere but to the Lakers. And the Clippers aren't getting anybody. It's pretty obvious that KD was the only hope that they really had of getting Kawhi Leonard and matching him up with somebody quality enough to compete with us. KD just committed to the Brooklyn Nets. So I think his best option is the Lakers, and I expect an announcement at any time. But I'm not going to get my hopes up, and I'm not going to be showing that big grin until it's written and he's signed and it's done. So, yep, that's what I have to say, everybody. Hope you all are enjoying your day. I'm going to try to handle my responsibilities, get out there and do my thing. But, man, this free agency stuff has me stuck. I'm loving it. The NBA is on fire. And for this to be the league that I grew up watching and loving, for them to be doing this well, it's just it's a treat to be alive, I got to say. But anyway, everybody take care. Enjoy. Peace.